Happy Friday everyone, I'm Julian and this is Libby and we are from BoxedMeeples.
We, as you probably already know, are super excited to be going to the UK Games Expo next week. So we thought this Friday we would talk about our favourite moment from the expo last year.
Now what I really enjoyed at UK Games Expo in 2022 was just discovering new games. It sounds a bit obvious, but often I would walk around and see people playing a game and say, can I join? And every time I did that, I ended up playing a game that is now in our collection.
Whoopsie!
And there's certain things in the bring and buy I bought on a whim because they were cheaper. And they've also stayed in our collection. I just love those kind of moments of discovery, seeing games that wasn't on my radar, but then in front of me looked interesting. That was certainly the case with First Rat.
Yeah.
And then I knew before I was going to go there that I would enjoy Starship Captains. I'd seen a trailer for it just before we left. So then getting down and playing that meant that it really cemented my enthusiasm for that game and my excitement when playing it. So much so that now is also in our collection. And from that I got to meet Peter, who's the designer of the game, and since the Game Expo we've been talking a lot and he's become a really great friend of mine.
Yeah, and that's part of my favourite part of the expo. I mean, we met up with Peter, who I then afterwards end up meeting at Essen, and we've been messaging backwards and forwards. And this is what it is in the gaming community that's so welcoming. You make new friends, whether that is, normally online through various social medias, and you're talking and you're sharing your favourite games with each other and going, oh, I just played that one too. And then when you get to an expo, you actually get to meet them in person. You actually get to sit down and do that thing that you both are so passionate about together, and sort of cement those friendships that you've made, I suppose, in a way, and share those passions with people. And we've made such great friends like Peter, and so many others. I mean, we can't start listing them all. But I do remember one moment at the expo where we ended up sitting down to play a sort of a test game. It's not out to be published or anything yet, and then down sits next to us one of the guys that works in our friendly local game store that we don't at that point only seen a couple of times. And then you get talking, and now every time we go in there it's like, oh, how are you? And like, we're so much more chatty, and sort of just all those friendships with people that are just, we're all so passionate about board games that it's so nice to feel the love of the community in a space like that at an expo.
It's amazing. You're surrounded by people who have the same interests as you. It's not a case of diluting your enthusiasm for something, because they're probably just as enthusiastic, and it's so wonderfully warm being in these situations and being in just in the hall. I remember standing in the hall looking across potentially hundreds of games being played. This is after the show, and just thinking all of these people I could join, and I know I would have a great time playing the game with them. And that's what I'm looking forward to really this year as well, and being immersed in that. But what are you looking forward to at UK Games Expo, or indeed any kind of convention or expo that you are going to in the future? What do you love when you go? What do you look for when you go to a convention?
Or favourite moments that you'd like to retell us from ones that you've been to previously? That would be lovely to hear from you.
Yeah, do let us know in the comments down below, and if you have discovered us for the first time, do consider subscribing and liking the video.
We would love that.
And remember to keep an eye on this channel, because we are going to be uploading a lot of videos next week from the show floor at the expo. As before, we are going to try and do as many videos as quickly as possible, trying to get a video up every single night, if we can do, showing the experience of being at the UK Games Expo this year. So do keep an eye on those videos, because they'll be appearing throughout the week.
Yeah, and then you'll get to see our haul.
At the end of it.
Let's see if it's bigger or smaller than last year.
Let's see if we can top the table full of games.
But
as always, thank you so much for watching.
Bye.